9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. 9 guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soars in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.
Man, Monday night means a little extra. What's up, Tone?
Hey, what's good, big dog? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man, and I'm feeling good because it's nice and cozy here in South Jersey, but it's cold up in Green Bay, bro.
Yeah, I heard it was like below 30, below the 20s in there, man. It feels like 15 degrees out there, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little nippy. It's gonna be a little nippy, but it ain't like anything we ain't been through before. I was telling somebody, I was just talking to my wife, and I just told her, I said, it don't matter if you're playing in Green Bay, in Philadelphia, in Kentucky, in Cincinnati, in Cleveland. Cold is cold. It doesn't matter if you play a bunch of games there or not. When your fingers get cold, you cold. When your ears get cold, you cold. When your toes get cold, you cold. So that's the great equalizer, man. You don't get used to playing in the cold.
Yeah, I don't think that cold is going to matter once those first couple drives start. That cold is going to become obsolete at that point.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if we get snow or rain in the process, that does change things a bit. But it's even a little chilly down here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? So, this is a big game. This is a big game, and there's a lot riding on this game. We spoke a lot about this leading up to this day, that the Eagles have a chance to take a stranglehold on the conference. They already have a stranglehold on their division. But if they can find a way to beat Green Bay and beat Detroit, because think about it, you've beaten the Rams, you've beaten Tampa Bay, who also just took a loss, but you beat Tampa Bay as well. That leaves Green Bay and Detroit as the other 2 teams that people deem as the cream of the crop when it comes to the conference. As of right now, people look at 5 teams like they're the teams that can come out the conference. The Eagles, Detroit,
the
Rams, and the Buccaneers, and it's somebody in Green Bay. Did I say Green Bay? So yeah, Green Bay, Detroit, Tampa, Philly, LA. Those are the 5 teams, right? Because Tampa just lost to the Packers. Now people kind of taking Tampa Bay out of that group, and now it's just the 4 top teams.
Right.
Those 4 teams being the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit.
I would throw the Seahawks in there.
Oh, yes, and the Seahawks. Right. You can throw the Seahawks in there. So the point I'm trying to make is you beat the Rams, you beat Tampa. If you beat Green Bay, and if you beat Detroit, you can get a stranglehold on this conference.
Yeah.
And you can control your own destiny from here on out. It doesn't matter who has the same record as you. You can control your destiny if you end up beating all 4 of those teams.
Yeah, man, and I think that establishes us. Well, depending on how we play, we come out with the dub, and we play like we did against the Giants. Now, obviously, it's a much better team, but you understand what I'm saying. The offense, defense, special teams. If all 3 phases are clicking for us, for the Eagles, and we come out with the dub in this game away in Green Bay, there is no question who the best team in the league is right now.
I agree. You beat Green Bay and Detroit back-to-back weeks. You can't tell me the Eagles aren't the best team in the conference. You can't tell me that they shouldn't be considered the best team in the league.
everybody's worried about us. And that's why I was saying, we talked about this weeks ago. Like, everybody talks about the tough schedule. Like, we're not doing anything. And you can't look at it that way, because they don't want to play us either. And now that we're finally playing good ball, depending on what we do today, I would argue that the two best teams in the NFC and the AFC, you're looking at the Eagles and the Colts. So, but it comes down to how we play today. Not necessarily, I believe we are going to win this game, but we can't go back to bipolar like we was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We gotta be with it. Our offense has got to look good. Our defense has to continue to play like they've been playing. We've got some gaps that we filled up. So let's see if we can see the difference. The run game is getting better. Jalen Carter's healthy. Nolan Smith healthy. N'Kobe Dean healthy. We got a quarterback number 2. We got the secondary. Quinyon and Coop ain't going nowhere. And then we filled in the gaps. Let's hope Makuba can be on the good seat. Let's hope he can be Jekyll and not Hyde. So I think we are in a good point. More importantly, offense getting better. Now, question mark with Brett Toth, because Cam Jurgens isn't playing, correct?
Cam Jurgens is not playing.
Yeah, so he's still out. So if I do like the fact that we got an extra week of Brett Toth with Jeff Stoutland practice as the number 1 center. So I appreciate that time that he's got. Landon Dickerson should be 100%. And as far as everybody else on the line. So
yes, I agree. Only person, no Cam Jurgens, okay. I think they can be okay without him. I think they'll be okay. Just sticking with the injury report, you're getting Nolan Smith back.
Yep.
Right. Jai Alexander is not playing today.
Correct.
Now, in his interview, he mentioned that he feels the best he's felt since his injury or since his surgery, whatever. Now, obviously, players are going to always err on that side of things. The Eagles are erring on the side of caution, and they're just they're not rushing him out there. They're not rushing him out there. Clearly, he's a new guy coming into the new system, new defense. You know, they had time to get him right, but they want to tread lightly, because the reality is, you bring in a guy like Jai Alexander. All these moves you made during the trade deadline, you made these moves to not only help you now, but help you in the playoffs. And you want to make sure you're able to put the best guys out there when it's time. So if Jai Alexander can end up being your best corner, but he can't be your best corner today, just wait. Just wait. You know what I mean? Now, granted, obviously the options are still the options. Keely Ringo, Adoree Jackson, Jacorian Bennett. I think we're going to see I think we're going to have a Michael Carter second sighting today. I think those first few drives is going to tell us. It's going to tell us a lot about how they view certain guys. If if those first few defensive drives and we see DeJean on the outside consistently in nickel, and you see Michael Carter the second in the slot, that means that they feel comfortable enough. Not only do they feel comfortable enough to put Michael Carter in the slot, but they also look at Ringo and Adoree Jackson as, we're not going back to that. Come hell or high water, we're not going back to that. What's your thoughts on that?
That's a good problem to have if they don't want to go back to it. The question is, do they have to? If they don't, we're golden. We got to get in there and fill in the gaps and play like we know how to play. And next man up. That's what the next man up means. So everybody is filling in, doing what they're supposed to do, and it should be good to go. Sounds good on paper, but until they step on the field, that's when we figure it out. But again, coming off the bye week means a little bit more, because now you got a little bit of extra time to study. So I don't know if everybody was just out. I don't know if some of the new guys were coming back to the complex to get some extra film study in and things of that nature, especially the guys that need it. I don't know how that works. That's why I don't like having long bye weeks. That's why I don't like that extra day. When you're trying to get to the playoffs, man, I need everybody super sharp, super sharp. So, but that's a, I wouldn't do that. I understand why people do. So, but that goes into my thinking that we don't have the type of team where we are just running over everybody.
Not
Or
quite.
we are just dominating. We're not there yet. We've had the last 2 games have been good.
I mean,
The last 2 games have been really good. The last 3 games have been.
Also, another thing too, like when you really examine that Eagles schedule from last year, they wasn't blowing out everybody either.
No,
they weren't blowing everybody out. I think the notion that you have to blow everybody out, especially if you want to be considered a Super Bowl contender, I mean, it helps in how people. It helps in building the mystique and the aura. But perfect example, Detroit Lions. I think anybody is willing to argue over the past 2 seasons, over the past 3 seasons, Detroit has blown out more people than the Eagles have. Right. I think we all can agree with that without even checking the data. I think we can all say that over the past 2 to 3 seasons, Detroit has had more shine to their they've had more shine to their helmet than the Eagles have. Right? They've gotten
fair.
more. They've been spoken more. They've been spoken more positively about offensively and how dominant they are and all that kind of stuff, and how indefensible they can be. Right?
That's fair.
The Eagles are a team that didn't blow that many people out last year. Made it to Super Bowl 1. They blew out the right teams at the right time.
Right.
They blew out the Commanders when it was time. They blew out the
grinding. Yeah.
They blew out the Chiefs when it was time. So I don't buy into the fact that if you didn't blow anybody out, then I can't look at you as a contender. I think that's a little bit of an overrated sentiment because we've seen teams like the Eagles last year who didn't really blow that many people out.
Yeah,
and they still did what they did.
and
Right? They only blew out the teams. They blew out the right teams at the right time.
right.
And again, that's the NFC Championship game against the Commanders, and that's the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. One may argue they blew out the Green Bay Packers because they beat them by double digits, but that game was a little bit of a grinder as well. So,
Hey, real quick, Tone, real quick.
Yeah.
You hearing from any of your people on your end saying the stream isn't working?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
It's must be my because my wife
Now
sent me.
remember
I sent her the
you
link and she said the link didn't work. But I think I just figured it out. I don't know what happened. I'm wondering if when I
you got rid of that vertical stream. So that's probably the link that people were trying to get into.
Probably you're right. So I think we're good to go. All right.
Yeah. Nonetheless, though, again, I think what you have to do if you're the Eagles tonight, you have to assert dominance in the trenches. I was talking to my homie Kyrie. Shout out to my man K-Dub. I was talking to him before the stream, and he said, "Yo, Tone, what do you think this game is going to be hinged on?" I said, frankly, I think this game is going to come down to both teams' left tackle and right tackle. I think this game is going to come down to how well can Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata keep Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons at bay. Can they neutralize them? Can the Eagles run the ball and dominate them? That I think the outcome of this game is largely going to be dependent on that, because that brings me to the Jalen Phillips angle, right? If I'm Jalen Phillips and I'm looking at Green Bay's offensive line, who's been dealing with their own fair share of injuries, but as of right now on that Green Bay offensive line, they have Rasheed Walker at left tackle, Aaron Banks at left guard, Elgin Jenkins at center, Jordan Morgan at right guard, and Zach Tom at right tackle. So Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith is back. Can they make a mark in this game? How are they going to deploy those guys? What's the different combinations we're going to see? Jalen Carter, he's healthier. Jordan Davis and Moro Jomo, they've been on a heater right now. Josh Uche's been playing well for you. Jalen Hunt is starting to come along. Right? This is a big opportunity for this team.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love is not a guy that's going to take off for too many yards.
Correct.
He's not. Now, if you give him an opportunity, he'll take it if it's there, but
he has the potential. He has the potential.
Yeah, he has that straight line speed. He's not really shifty. So
right. He's not like Jaden Daniels is.
Exactly. So,
but he can get out and get around the corner, and he can beat you with his legs if it comes to that.
If the Eagles dominate them today, Defensively, if the Eagles defense dominates them today, that's gonna send shockwaves through the league.
Yeah.
Because this Eagles defense hasn't been getting the same. They haven't had the same notoriety at this point in the season as they did last year.
Correct.
So the Green Bay team, you're on the road in Lambeau, prime time. Green Bay is a team that people think is going to be there in the end, even though they lost to the Panthers, even though they lost to the Browns. Eagles win this game tonight, and they dominate it or control it. Narratives are going to start to spin.
They have to.
They have to.
Because what this is going to do, this is going to erase that first Giants loss.
Ooh,
because,
break that down. Break that down.
Because we're dealing with a team that lost to the Panthers and the Browns. You know how bad the Browns are right now? The Browns just lost to the Jets. The Jets coming off a fire sale.
Yeah, it's a good
and
point.
Getting rid of everybody. And they lost. And what makes it even worse, I don't know how many people watched that game, but if you watched it, all 15 of you, the Jets had 64 yards of passing. That's it.
Whoa.
He was, and I might be wrong with that, but I know he was like 6 of 11 for the game. And they beat the Browns. So I'm saying all that to say the Browns are bad, the Panthers are bad, and Packers lost to both of them.
That speaks to an immature team, if you ask me. They're still the youngest team in football. And I'm of the mindset that when you get to this point in the season, because now we're in the, in my opinion,
you're making your run.
In my opinion, this is the money table. This is the big money table.
Absolutely.
If you can't put the chips on the table, don't come in there. You can't sit here.
Yeah,
this is the big money table. So
we are starting the game if you want to go to the big tables in the back.
Exactly.
You got to win here.
That's why I think this win tonight is so big for the Eagles if they snag it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they snag this
win,
the bye
week came at a perfect time. Everything is trending in the right direction, but they got to put it down on the field. There again, on paper, we clearly are the better team. We have history with Micah Parsons, so we know how to handle him. We got history with Jordan Love. We know how to handle him.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is in our favor. We just got to put it down on the field.
Yeah, this is the time where teams either pull away or they fold. And this is the point of the season where teams that know how to win are going to continue winning.
Absolutely.
And teams that know how to lose are going to continue to lose. That's how I look at it. One thing I say about Green Bay, they can win. Knowing how to win is different than, you're capable of winning. I think Green Bay is capable of winning every game on their schedule. Knowing how to win is a little different.
Here's the difference, though. You got to take that a step further. You have to take that a step further. And it gets into the confidence that you have in your squad. It gets into how tuned in are you with everybody else in that locker room? Unspoken communication, all of that stuff. Do they have to say anything? Can Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown just give each other a look? No more of that stuff. Jalen just looks over at him. AJ looks back, or Smitty looks back, and they already know. That's how in tune they have to be. Unspoken communication. Same thing on the offensive line is a little bit different, but same thing on the defensive line. Everybody covers everybody else, and it's almost instinctual. So I don't think we are there yet, but I think we are on our way. And that's one of those situations where you get there right around week 16, 17 into the playoffs.
Here's why I say they are there. I think they're there because they've been there before. This is a team that has a ton of experience on the roster, a ton of playoff experience. This team was just in the Super Bowl. Didn't get a bye, by the way. They made it. They beat Green Bay in the wild card, beat the Rams in the divisional.
Yeah,
beat the Commanders in the conference, beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and all of those games took on an identity and a complexion and a tone of their own. And for that defense to be as young as they were last year at key positions, I say, key positions, interior D-line, young, Secondary, young. You know what I mean? They were young at key spots. And they still managed to do what they did. This team has been to the Super Bowl in previous seasons under the same regime. In 2022, the 2022-2023 season, they've been through what they've been through in the 2023-2024 season with the collapse. I see a team that has experienced every facet, everything this league can give you, good or bad. You start your season 10-1, 11-1, and you end the season 11-6. You made it to the Super Bowl the year prior. You won the Super Bowl the year after that. Everything you've experienced with the coaching and the quarterback and in the way the roster hasn't turned over, but so much. They probably experienced the most turnover defensively. But I look at this Eagles team and I feel like they're hardened. They're resilient.
That's a good word.
They're prepared for this stretch of the season. They know. That's why AJ Brown talks the way he talks. Because he says, we can't be playing with our food because when it's time to run up against a real team at a real time, what we going to do then? So
you
that's
got to be there. You can't
be
trying to
don't
get there.
mad.
You got to be there.
Exactly. That's why I don't get mad at AJ Brown's sentiment. Maybe people don't like his method, but his sentiment is right on. It's spot on. Every team is not built for the stretch. Let's call it what it is. You have Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas, Chicago. Then you got the Los Angeles Chargers. Then you still got the Bills remaining on your resume or remaining on your schedule. And they look mighty human, but it's a different conversation. But the bottom line is what the Eagles experienced the first half of the season and what they're about to embark on now, they've been here and done it. That's why I want to push back on what you said. I think they're there. It's just a matter of execution. I think they're there. I really do.
I think they need a little bit more fine tuning, but I just think they are headed in the right direction. I think they still have those moments when they go in the film room, where they shaking their head like, oh, I know better than that. Like those have to be minimized. So those individual scores. If you usually after a game when you watch film, everybody, it's like a test. Every play you're in, you get a grade. You either get a plus, a minus, a double plus, double minus, something like that. And then they give you a grade. A, B, C, or D. So you want all of those grades to be B pluses and up. Because usually you could have an A grade, but you made a dumb penalty that cost us 10 yards and cost us the first down. So you get docked double, things like that. But for the most part, you had a good game. So it's kind of like a grading curve, but you want most people in the upper echelon. And when most of the guys on your team are putting in production like that, that's what I'm talking about when you're talking about getting fine-tuned. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be. Everybody, you got it. It's coming. And you're not worried about. Remember when we talked about in camp the difference between thinking when you're on the field and just knowing what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's where we got to get to. And that when you're at that situation, can't nobody run nothing on you. You've seen it. Soon as you see it, you recognize it. Soon as you see it, you know what's coming. If you've ever seen some of those video clips with Ray Lewis and Luke Kuechly talking about how much they watched film and how much they would recognize when they was lined up here. They were so in tune with their film study. That's where you have to get, but it's got to be more than just a guy. It's got to be a lot of them. And if and when you get to that point, I believe we were there in 22. We just couldn't seal the deal. And I definitely believe we were obviously there last year. But to stay at that level,
it's difficult,
very difficult. But
because it requires something. It requires something that you don't just. You have to earn. What it requires is something you have to earn, and you have to know how to tap into it.
Absolutely. But watch this. You can't maintain that for a very long period of time. Eventually, it's going to break down. And when it breaks down,
How do you
still
respond?
got enough playmakers to make a play.
And that's, in my opinion, what the first half of the season has been for them.
Yeah.
A lot of fine tuning left to be done. A team that's trying to reestablish their footing in a new season after coming off of a hell of a year. Everybody's pulling at you. Everybody wants an interview from you. It doesn't matter if you are a special teams guy, whatever. If you were on that Super Bowl roster, people want to pull from you, especially your local news, your college. They want you to come and speak. You know,
got
what I
that
mean?
experience, man.
You know, so there's a lot that comes with winning a Super Bowl, and not many teams are able to catch their footing after going to a Super Bowl, letting alone winning one. Right? We saw what happened to the Eagles after they went and lost. They started off 10-1, but it was a little funny, right? And then things kind of imploded on itself. This year, started off 4-0. People had their questions. Then they went on a 2-game losing streak. People said, "Oh, is this the collapse we were waiting on?" They bounced back, 2-game win streak. Now they're 6-2, going to a bye week, able to take a breath. I think this bye week salvaged. I don't want to say salvaged, because I don't think the season was lost, but I think this bye week quite literally hit the brakes on this season at the perfect time.
Yeah. Like you need it. You need to pause. You need to pause, because some people that you already know who really needed it. The question is, how many people that you didn't see? How many people that was kind of nicked up, a little bit bruised, you know, just the little nagging injuries? Those are the guys that, because there's more of those than the people that are injured. And those are the guys that are filling the gaps when AJ Brown is out, or when Landon Dickerson is out. The everyday, you know, the red shirts. Shout out to my people in Star Trek that understand that reference. The red shirts are the ones that got to fill in the gaps, and they got to be ready to play. So the worst thing you can have is your backup, and he's limping, he's nicked up.
Wow.
We done talked so bad about Keely Ringo, but what happens if Keely Ringo has to play? Then he has to play.
We spoke about this. Even like Keely Ringo could be a guy making a play for you in special teams that make or breaks the game for you.
Changes the course of the game, changes momentum. Absolutely. Absolutely. So next man up isn't necessarily just the second stringer. You don't have to make the play to make the play. So who's going to be the hustle guy? Who's going to be the guy that holds on to his block an extra half a second, that lets Saquon bounce outside and take one to the house? Or, you know, somebody that gets a little bit of pressure on Jordan Love that makes him throw the ball a half tick too early and lets us get a tip that turns into a pick. You know, just different things like that, man. Just somebody going that extra second, that extra mile, that extra little bit of hustle that makes all the difference in the world, that doesn't necessarily get picked up on the broadcast.
Sidebar. I think Jalen Phillips gonna go crazy tonight.
I hope so.
I think I got this.
I like his energy, man.
Maybe it's wishful thinking.
He seems to me like a guy that you can fit into anywhere.
He seems like a kind of guy that's been waiting to get to play meaningful football.
Yeah.
Waiting. Yeah. Like, that's why when I look at Myles Garrett, I'm like, dog.
Myles Garrett is gonna look at Jalen Phillips and be mad.
You had a chance to play meaningful football.
Yeah.
And still get
Myles
paid.
Garrett gonna have a whole lot of woulda, shoulda, coulda conversations in that big ass house he living in Berea.
Like, just think about, like, I know guys want to get paid, but and Jalen Phillips is in a contract year, so this next stretch for him is going to be really important. And he can make some money in Philly long term.
Yeah.
I just feel like a guy like that. My man came into the building and said, "Yo, this is the best day of my life.
The greatest day of my life, yo." A grown ass man said that.
Jalen was like, when they asked Jalen about it, Jalen Hurts. Jalen was like, "Oh wow, like, you know, I ain't know I meant that much to him, but you know, it's, you know, I get it though." But you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
Jalen was even taken aback by like, oh, okay, all right.
Because you never know.
You never know somebody going through, man.
You never know what somebody's going through. But like I've been on a team where we won 2 games. I've been on a squad where, my first year in the World League, we were 2-8. And then we win the championship in 96. So we went from worst to first.
Mm.
And when you get your head kicked in, you appreciate them victories a hell of a lot more. And that dude was down in Miami getting their teeth kicked in constantly.
Yeah, and it's like, I know, I can only imagine. You can just feel the difference in competency when you walk into those buildings.
Absolutely.
I bet that's probably what he's really feeling. Obviously, winning is a part of it, and he went from being 2-6 to 6-2, however you want to, just it's like, I'm sure he looks at it from the perspective of, like, there's people actually doing their job here. There's people like this is a top-notch organization. And I'm sure he got a sense of it in the feel, just being around guys like that, being around winners.
Yeah.
Just the energy, the way guys carry themselves.
Who was that we signed? And somebody said to him, like, no, we don't do that around. We win around here. Was it last year that we signed somebody? And one of the vets, he was doing something in the locker room. And they were like, nah, we win around here, bro. We don't do that. I'm trying to remember who that was that said that.
I don't know.
Who was the player and who said it to him? Because I remember hearing that story. Like, we different around here, bro. Like, the vibe is different. Like, don't bring that nonsense up here.
I don't know. I remember that
it wasn't Saquon.
No.
It wasn't Saquon. It was somebody else. I want to say, was that
somebody on defense?
I think that's it. AJ told Kevin Byard.
That's what it was.
Yeah. That's it.
AJ told Kevin Byard, you're a winner now. Something like that.
I think that was it.
Nonetheless, though, I mean, it did happen during the 2023 season, but regardless, though, it's one of those things where Nolan Smith is back, healthy. I know I said it before, but Nolan Smith is an energy guy. And BG first game back. You throw Nolan's first game back in a while. Then Jalen, it's going to be so much enthusiasm on that defensive line.
Man, all I want to see is Jalen Carter and Jalen Phillips on the field at the same time.
Bro, it's going to be so much enthusiasm. It's going to be still dog. Marcus, walk me through the juices that be flowing. Like, it's try to put yourself in their circumstance on that D line. You got Jalen Carter, obviously you're playing with. Moro Jomo and Jordan Davis is playing well. Then you traded for Jalen Phillips, added him to the fold. Nolan Smith is coming off IR, ready to go. You know he plays with attitude.
Yeah.
You brought back BG, fan favorite. Everybody loves him. Nolan loves him. Everybody loves him. All that energy, Jalen Phillips' energy, just being excited for being in a new situation. Nolan coming back. As a former player, try to paint a picture for me with the energy and the enthusiasm that's probably percolating in that group.
Everybody's looking at each other. Who gonna make the first play? I don't know if they got money on it. I don't know if they just gonna talk trash in film sessions, but they looking at who gonna make the first play.
Right.
Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jalen Phillips, Jalen Hunt. Who get the first sack? Is BG gonna sneak in there? When you get that much talent and everybody knows everybody is good. Because they done had the conversation like, hey, man, we a little bit light in the sack category. We going to have to do something about that. They having them conversations, especially when Brandon Graham back in the film room, he talking mad trash. And he getting them dudes hyped up. So the energy is at another level. And it's all going to be about who makes the first play. And they're going to be going nuts. Because now you got a stranger who is now in your midst that's been looking for an opportunity like this for a long time. And now that he's got it, and just on his personality alone, he strikes me as the type of dude that whether you got a team full of thugs or you got a team full of like like team type guys, he could fit on any team because he just strikes me as the dude that everybody recognizes right away. You don't get 100% from that dude. Don't even question it. He's bringing the right energy. Whatever you ask him to do, he's gonna do it.
Right.
And he fits right in. And he's gonna get his opportunity to shine. And then people gonna look like, man, you was languishing down there in Miami all of that time. Now you got a real spot. Just like Linval Joseph, just like Ndamukong Suh, just like the guys that we had, heck, just like CJ Gardner-Johnson when we got him, and Slay when we got him. And they got added to the fold and they fit right in. And once they got their feet wet, and the steal from Nick Sirianni, once them seeds started sprouting, and they got their foundation down, school was out. So the energy is just like, yo, who gonna make the first play? I see your new guy. But watch this. I can't wait, man. I want to see him and Jalen Carter wreck shop.
I can't wait to see the stunts that we going.
Oh my God.
A Jalen Phillips, Jalen Carter stunt. I need that.
Yeah.
I need that injected into my veins.
We might see 3 picks tonight.
Because Jordan Love he get happy feet.
I think we're gonna get pressure tonight.
I think so too. I think we're gonna get more pressure than anybody thought.
Yeah. And then where's your focus going? Are you focusing on the left side of the line? Because that's where Jalen Phillips is coming from. Are you going to ignore Jalix Hunt? Are they going to flip-flop? Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Jalen Phillips. Brandon Graham going to sneak in there. Can Brandon Graham play on the left side too? I know he can.
I think
usually the right side is his claim to fame.
You can't double team Jalen Carter and Jalen Phillips. You can't.
Again, we right back to where we were, Tone.
Can't.
Pick your poison. We right back where we were.
You can't.
Who's the game plan on our defensive line? Who do you focus on? Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jalen Phillips, Jihad, Nolan, Nakobe,
Zach Bond.
Zach, thank you.
That front seven just like Jalen Phillips was he was the missing piece to that group because that group, in my opinion, I feel like Jalen Phillips turned, if we're talking defensive line, right? Or front seven, however you want to look at it. I feel like Jalen Phillips has potential to turn a B- group to a A-, A+ group. Like, because again, they weren't getting much production from the edge from a sack perspective. So most of the pressure was coming from the interior, and they was getting pressure with Zach Ball and Jahad Campbell when they would send them down, but wasn't really getting the most production from the edge. So you throw Jalen Phillips into a group of guys who maybe aren't really built to be your number one edge rushers, but maybe they're perfect complementary edge rushers.
Complementary, yes.
That's where Jalen Phillips fits in as the primary.
He can finish. Everybody's getting close.
He can finish.
Everybody's getting close. I remember watching Robert Quinn when we got him. He kept getting close, but he could never quite get there.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got that piece that's going to finally get home.
Yeah, or help people get home.
Yeah.
Because they were double teaming Jalen Carter, and everybody else just had to win their matchup, right? Okay, you keep doing that. Now you got a guy like Jalen Phillips. So what are you going to do, right? Yeah. On top of that, I think another challenge is that the Packers are a team that really relied on tight end blocking, especially for Tucker Kraft in the run game and sometimes even in the passing game, depending on the situation. If they go max protection and whatnot, I think this is a situation where this Eagles defensive line can definitely take advantage of some of the deficiencies not having Tucker Kraft creates.
Yeah. Absolutely. And think about it like this. So if you're gonna focus on Jalen Carter or Jalen Phillips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they gonna have to leave in their running back?
We're not even talking about when we send Zach Bond as an extra guy.
Right. So the chess game is if I can put together a blitz or a stunt where I got to make you sacrifice your running back,
mm-hmm.
That's one guy less we got to worry about in the flats, in the
And
pass
that's what I was
pattern.
getting to. That's what I was trying to get to. The fact
Right.
that the pressure is going to force them to max protect or
Correct.
break or leaving an extra blocker, essentially.
Correct.
It
So
could be a
that means
running
the
back, it could be a
defense
tight
gets
end.
the overload. The
Bingo.
defense gets the overload, and that's the chess match that you want to go back and forth with. And lately, Vic Fangio has basically said, "Screw it, we blitzing," and he's been sending it. So
Yeah.
and now everybody's healthy. Everybody, we got the band back together.
Mhm.
So now we got to make sure that all of those pieces fit together the way they're supposed to on that defensive line. That's what that's my focus is on defense, is squarely going to be on Jalen Carter and Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, I'm going to
If
watch
they on the field at the same time, I'm watching Jalen Carter. Are they double teaming him? And if they aren't, is he winning?
Yeah,
If they are double teaming him, what is Jordan Davis doing?
I'm going to be curious to see if you see a situation where you see Phillips lined up on the left side and you see Jahai Campbell right next to him.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm just curious to see. Like, I'm curious to see what Fangio is cooking up right now. Like, what he got on the menu tonight?
That would be ridiculous.
I'm just
That
curious.
would be ridiculous because I can see Jahad doing some type of inside stunt, and if they brought the linebacker on the outside, you got to make a choice. That's the key as a blocker. You got 2-on-3. So usually you got the end man on the line of scrimmage. Then you got your tight end. So is the tight end in pass pattern?
Mm.
Is the tackle going to be able to help? Or is it not what you think? Do you leave do you have your tackle, your tight end, and your running back, but then Zach Baun bails? So now you only got 2 coming. But you still have the running back in the backfield. So you still sacrifice that piece and you didn't have to. Those are the battles that you can win. So I want to see it. I would love to see that. Jalen Phillips and Jahai Campbell on the same side, or hell, move Jalix Hunt over there. However you want to do it, as long as it doesn't look like what we used to see. Then they got a problem because they don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I agree. Before we transition to, because we never got a chance to really tap into what happened in week 10 with some of the some of the outcomes of the games and whatnot. I still made picks prior to. But nonetheless, though, what are your expectations from the Eagles offense? The Eagles offense has a lot of people watching them after what they did the past 2 games against the Vikings in the air and against the Giants on the ground. We saw two contrasting identities unfold in back-to-back weeks from the Philadelphia Eagles. Nonetheless, offense was explosive.
Yep.
How do you think the Eagles approach Green Bay? Do you think they lean more so into that Giants game plan or that Vikings game plan?
That's a good question. I don't know. All I know is I want them to establish that run game like they did against the Giants. Because to me, that's the key.
That's the key that opens every lock.
It opens every lock. We've been throwing the ball. Now, how successful we've been at doing that, we've been up and down. But the last 3 weeks, we've been throwing the ball quite well.
Yes.
And the last 2 games, we've been running the ball quite well. So my expectation is I want to keep that running game the way it is. I need Saquon to pop off. Saquon got to get at least 75.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get at least 75. But even if he doesn't, they still worried about it. So
right.
My expectation is for the Eagles to win in the trenches. But the question mark is, can we put it together, offense, defense, special teams, for another week? That's the question mark. So if we do it against the Pack, that to me, that wipes out. Can the Eagles be consistent? Because that's the consistency we're looking for right there.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Let's get some of these super chats real quick before we make our bold predictions and our score predictions
we got a lot, bro.
tonight. Yeah.
Strength of
Fanny.
schedule and tiebreaker is in our favor. We should be sitting pretty in the conference and division with a win. I agree.
Yeah, that's another thing. Strength of schedule and tiebreaker is definitely in our favor. We've been and our strength of victories. We have, I think, one of the highest strength of victories in the league, if not the highest. So yeah, it matters, Miss Fanny. It matters. Thank you for the super chat.
Absolutely. Who starts, Keely or Bennett? I don't know.
I think at this point, you got to see Bennett, man. We've seen the Keely Ringo show one too many times, man.
You don't think they'll start Carter?
Oh, so when they go in nickel, you think Michael Carter is going to start in the slot, and then DeJean's going to be outside? You think they're going to immediately jump to that? I mean, you traded for him, so I mean,
that's exactly my point.
So no, you may be onto something. You may be onto
plus, Bennett. This is the first week Bennett been healthy in how long?
Yeah, you're not going to take a chance.
So I mean, but
okay. So in this game, the inactives came out.
Session?
So the inactives came out. So Sam Howell is inactive. He's your third quarterback emergency. Obviously, Jair Alexander's not active. Matt McWilliams is not active. AJ Dillon not active. Cam Jurgens and Ty Robinson not active. Listen, I know a lot of people are really excited about Ty Robinson. Trust me, he's one of those stocks that you buy early on. Trust me.
Facts.
Ty Robinson is going to get his opportunities. The reality is they're deep there. The reality is Byron Young is ahead of him. And let's be honest about this part. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo.
There we go.
All right, Byron Young. All right, you're not going to activate 5D tackles. You're not. So those the guys right there.
We gotta oof. The what am I trying to say? The routine. Everybody gonna get some play.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna have fresh legs. And we can run them in and out of there and just keep putting that pressure on that quarterback. So happy Veterans Day to all vets in the chat for sure. I was not military, but my father was a Marine. So absolutely.
All right. So the inactive just came out for the Packers as well. All right. So for the Packers tonight, they're going to be without. Wow, this is a big loss for them. They're going to be without rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden.
Yep.
They're going to be without cornerback Nate Hobbs. They're going to be without offensive lineman Jacob Monk, offensive lineman Donovan Jennings, and defensive lineman Lucas Van Ness.
Yeah.
Dontavion Wicks is active. Savion Williams is active. They're both wide receivers. Zach Tom, right tackle, he's active. He was questionable with a back. Jalen Phillips, ding, 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 ding. I'm seeing food. I'm seeing food. Zach Tom with a bad back. I'm seeing food.
There you go.
But you're not having Matthew Golden is a big loss for them. Granted, they got Christian Watson back. They got, they still got Romeo Dobbs, Davion Wicks. They still got some speed. They still got speed. Don't get it twisted.
Absolutely.
But Matthew Golden is a loss for them.
Big time.
He's a big loss. He's been somebody that's been pretty productive for them, as a matter of fact. I'm looking at the production here. Let me look at the stats. Matthew Golden has been their third highest used receiver. Tucker Kraft was the number one with he had 489 yards on the season. Romeo Dobbs 441 and Matthew Golden 262. Tucker Kraft and Romeo Dobbs have been the red zone guys. They've been the scoring guys. Tucker Kraft has scored 6 he scored 6 of Jordan Love's 13 touchdowns. Romeo Dobbs has scored 4 of those 13 touchdowns. So 10 of Jordan Love's touchdowns, 10 of his 13 touchdowns have come between two guys, Tucker Kraft and Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, you got
so now outside of Romeo Dobbs, where do you get that?
You got to replace that production.
Where do you get that production from? Because it doesn't just clean itself up. You got to find out who can give you that.
Yeah.
Tucker Kraft had 44 targets on the season. Romeo Dobbs had 52 targets on the season. The next closest guy is Matthew Golden with 29. This offense was a Romeo Dobbs, Tucker Kraft offense.
Absolutely. And what did we talk about last week, Tone? What did we talk about last week? Is your backup, is he a solid number 2 or is he just a guy?
Lucas Musgrave only has 10 targets on the season through 8 games. He's a secondary tight end.
You're gonna learn today.
He's not as good of a blocker as Tuck Craft, and he's not as good of a receiver.
I want to see Nolan Smith run straight through his chest.
Facts.
Because that's the other thing. That's how you can take somebody's heart. It's all good if I can get you in the pass pattern, but what if you got to stay in and block?
Mm-hmm.
Now you in trouble. So Anthony said the NFC is there for our taking. Seems like we are peaking at the right time. I agree. Offense has to stay balanced and get the off tackle run going. Don't even get me started on that.
By the way,
will be interesting. Coop or Ringo, love the show. Keep doing y'all thing. Go Birds.
Thank you, and I appreciate you. By the way, I mentioned Elgin Jenkins is at center tonight. He's normally played left guard for them, but they got him at center.
Right.
So maybe he won't have to deal with Nolan in the same way he had to deal with him in the playoffs. Nolan ended his season.
Yeah.
No, he's the guy that Nolan ran through his chest.
Yep.
One shot, bow, he was done. First half, gone.
Snap that head back.
So this is going to be interesting,
man. It is in our hands. There is no reason why Green Bay should beat us. We just got to go out there and play mistake-free football. That's what we got to do.
Yeah, and also, and it hasn't been talked about enough. And Jordan Love's history versus the Eagles. Let's really put this in perspective. And the what is it? Okay, here we go. He's played the Eagles 3 total times in his career. The last 2 times occurred in the 2024-2025 season, as we all know. In the first matchup in Brazil, he went 17 for 34, completed 50% of his passes, 260 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, an 83.0 passer rating. In the playoffs on January 12th against the Eagles, 20 for 33, completed 60% of his passes, 212 passing yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a 41.5 passer rating. And if you average out these numbers, basically, he's only completing about 55% of his passes and averaging about 230, 225 passing yards, and has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions against the Eagles in his last 2 games. His last 2 times playing up against a Vic Fangio defense. That's the part I want to hone in on. Because we talk a lot about personnel, right? And what guys can do. But what if this is one of those situations where Vic just knows the keys to that code?
Vic's got his number.
He's played 2 of his worst games last season came against the Eagles. I don't think that should be overlooked.
No, I agree 100%. And we got everybody back healthy. So our guys are better than your guys. Snap the ball. Yeah. That's what we're going to figure out.
For sure. For sure.
All right. So Nuts, Stone is the man. The Eagles have locked up the number 1 seed. If they take care of business over the next month, we're going to get to see McKee versus Mariota twice.
We'll see. I don't think the Eagles will sit their guys that soon, but
no.
We're definitely going to see a McKee Mariota game once.
Yeah.
I
think we will.
Because I'm looking at the schedule right now. Let me see. Yeah, we're definitely going to get a McKee Mariota game to end the season. That's a fact. I'm curious though how much this Bills game is going to matter though.
Bruh, I did not see that coming at all.
It's such an awkwardly placed game for that kind of matchup.
It was, man, and they got their doors blown off.
Yeah, I'm just curious how much this Bills game is going to matter to the Eagles' prospects. Anyway, so Green Weeman with the super chat. He says if they can sweep the NFC North, the Eagles will lock will lock the first seed up. Happy Veterans Day, y'all, for sure. Happy Veterans Day, man. And you're right. So far, the Eagles are 1-0 in the NFC North. They got to take care of business against Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago. And I honestly think there's a chance that one of these 4 NFC North teams is going to be the opponent for the Eagles in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, And this is one of these situations where, and this is why I say it, every game is a season. All you got to do, don't look ahead. You take care of what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Eat what's on your plate, period. If we can do that for the next 7-8 weeks or whatever, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But concentrate on what's at hand and take it week by week. And every week, you got to get a little bit better. Don't make the same mistakes. Clean up some of the stuff, but you got to take it week by week. And before you know it, we'll be at week 18 with only 2 losses.
Mm.
And we get that first week bye. That's what we're looking to get. We are at that place now. You said it earlier tonight. We are at that point in the season where, you got 2 more handoffs on that relay around the track. This is where you got to make up your ground, pick up speed, whatever it is that you got to do to put yourself in position to get that baton to that anchor so that anchor can bring it home. Anchor obviously being in the playoffs. So take care of business week by week. We're going to get some things wrong, but as long as we make less mistakes than the other team, that's the key.
Yo, Jalen Phillips is a big dude, man.
Yes, he is, and most people don't understand it.
I'm looking at
And he's 6'6"?
he's 6'5", like 260.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dude. Like 6'6", something like that. Yeah, and I'm looking at Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith, and BG warming up in the end zone. And Nolan just walking like a man. That's like
Nolan is anxious, man. He ready to go.
Nolan be ready to take somebody's head off, bro.
He ready to go. What channel you watching?
I'm just I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Just
okay.
a video that popped up. But they look hungry. They look hungry. And Jalen Phillips, he just walking the field, just getting the feel for everything. That motherfucker tall. He a big, like he just brings a lot of physical versatility to that position that they didn't have.
Yeah.
Like he's a big, like, in my opinion, from a physical archetype standpoint, he's the closest things that they had to Josh Sweat. Because Josh Sweat was a bigger dude in comparison to the rest of the guys around. Josh Sweat was like 6'4", 6'5", like 2'6". As a matter of fact, let me double check.
I would agree with that.
Josh
I would
Sweat,
definitely agree with that.
What stood out about Josh Sweat and what made him so good was his range. He was very rangy and he set the edge very well. Josh Sweat is 6'5", 265.
Had them long arms.
And
wiping off all that sweat.
Jalen Phillips, 6'5", 263. So you got 2 guys who are built the same. Jalen Phillips is younger, about 2 years. Sweat is 28. Phillips is 26. You can make an argument your ceiling could be higher with Jalen Phillips.
Yes, you can make that argument.
You can't, like what Jalen Phillips has done throughout his career. Now granted, Josh Sweat, he's earning that money. Josh Sweat got like 7 sacks this year. He's going crazy.
Josh Sweat is going off.
He's going crazy.
It's safe to say that with Josh Sweat, it wasn't the system. It was the player.
Oh, no, for sure. But the thing about Josh Sweat is he was a first-round talent when he was drafted. Yeah. It was just the knee that made him fall to the 4th round, I think. He was a first-round talent, 5-star recruit and everything. He had that scary knee injury in high school that a lot of teams backed off him. But yeah. So let's get to some bold predictions, man. Do we got any more super chats, by the way, before we continue?
Just with Alex, he said Bennett is still in IR. They need to activate him by Wednesday. If not, he'll remain on IR for the rest of the season.
Okay. I thought he was activated already.
I thought he was too.
Let me double check.
So
let me see. All right.
We'll see what they do with him. I didn't see him.
I'm seeing right here that he is available. No, his practice window's been open. His practice window was open 3 weeks ago.
We'll find out soon enough.
And plus, it would have said he was inactive on that list. He's active. He's definitely active.
Get him in there. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do, man.
This is interesting. Yeah, we got to find more. Okay, so he's not active. Okay. Okay, so
as long as he's not on IR, so we'll see
so
him eventually.
Okay, so technically he's not on IR, but he's not. I got y'all. All right. All right. Let's get to these bold predictions and score predictions so we can start to close this thing out. So give me some bold predictions you have for offense and defense for the Eagles.
Offensively, I want to see Saquon with another 100-yard game. And I want to see AJ. I want to see AJ and Devontae each with a tutty, but it's not going to happen like that. I think Saquon's going to get 100, and it's going to either be AJ or Devontae and Dallas.
That's interesting.
So one or the other. It's going to either be AJ and Dallas or Devontae and Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, if he throws multiple touchdowns, then I'm sure he could hit all three of those guys. It's possible.
Yeah. And you know what? I could be wrong, and he could throw 3 to damn AJ. So
yeah, and it all depends on the explosives, like who you know.
Yeah.
So your bold prediction is another 100-yard game for Saquon.
And one of the receivers gets there's going to be a combination of one of the receivers and the tight end each getting touchdowns. So Jake Elliott always has to be sharp, Justin. That never goes away because you never know.
He's been pretty sharp all year. He's been pretty sharp.
I want Jake Elliott to be in that situation where we don't even talk about him no more. He comes in, does the extra points, and we never really need him. But the few times we do need him, he's clutch.
Right.
Let's put him in that category. Appreciate the super chat, Justin.
For sure. All right. Your bold prediction is defensively.
Defensively, I want 3 picks. 3 turnovers by the defense. Don't have to be picked. I want 3 turnovers. I want the defensive line in Jordan Love's mouth.
3 of them.
3. I want 3 turnovers. Not 1, not 2, not 2.5. I want 3.
So, all right, your bold prediction is 3 turnovers. Now, just take it a step further. You know, we're not locking you into these, but what do you think they'll be?
I want 2 picks and a fumble.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I want 2 picks too.
2 picks and a fumble.
If we going to take the ball away 3 times, I would love 3 picks, but I settle for 2.
Yeah. Or the fumble could be a strip sack.
Yeah, I want them all to be Jordan Love fault. I want them all to be Jordan Love fault. I really do. And the thing is, Jordan Love is a nice guy. He's a guy that doesn't cause no trouble. He mind his business. You know what I'm saying? But I want them to all be his fault. Okay. My bold predictions. Let's see here. I'm gonna go offense first. My bold prediction for the offense. I think my bold prediction for the offense. I think Jalen Hurts goes for over 300 yards and throws.
I love it. Love it.
Jalen Hurts throws for over 300 yards and 3 total touchdowns.
I like that.
2 passing, 1 rushing.
We get any touch pushes? You know this Green Bay. We get any touch pushes?
I think one of the touchdowns is gonna be that. But I got Jalen Hurts. I got Jalen Hurts going for over 300 yards, 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing.
Can we get a tush push on 1st and 10 just to piss them off?
Let me see. Do I got anything else bold for the offense?
Hurts stamps that MVP. Slow down.
I got another bold one for the offense.
What's that?
Jalen's going to throw for 300 yards and get those touchdowns, like I said. But also, I think Saquon takes it to the crib for 50+ yards. I think Saquon has a 50+ yard touchdown run.
Okay.
So those are my 2 offensive bold predictions.
To the house. I like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Saquon takes it. Saquon takes it 50+ yards for a touchdown, and Jalen Hurts throws for over 300 yards and has 3 total touchdowns on the day, 2 passing, 1 rushing. Defensively, I'm going to say Jalen Phillips. I'm going to say Jalen Phillips and Moro Jomo combined for 3 sacks.
You know what? My man just put it in the chat about Ojomo, and I like that because ain't nobody talking about Moro Ojomo, and I like it just like that.
I like
Keep
it.
on
I like it.
forgetting him. Keep
I
on
like it.
forgetting him. He gonna sneak in there, and all of a sudden, he gonna send you a little reminder. I like that.
So that's my bold prediction. Jalen Phillips. Actually, I'll put it this way. Jalen Phillips, Moro Jomo, and Nolan Smith are all going to have a sack apiece.
I like that.
That's my
That
bold
means the
prediction.
defense is dominating.
That's my bold prediction. Defensively, Moro Jomo, Jalen Phillips, and Nolan Smith all get a sack.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's 3 sacks between those guys. I'll give you another bold one for the defense. Zach Bond takes a Jordan Love interception to the house.
Ooh, okay.
Zach Bond.
I do not mind that at all.
Yeah. All right.
Not mind that at all.
Now let's get to these score predictions. What's your score prediction, big dog?
I am going to go. I'm gonna go 31-10.
Yo, my homie said, shout out to my man Kyrie. I think he said the Eagles gonna win like 24-10, 27-10, something like that. I'm like, word?
I'm going 31-10.
That's a ass kicking.
I think the defense is gonna have a day.
Okay.
The defense is gonna have a day.
I think the defense is gonna have a day as well. You said 31-10.
31-10.
Because I told my homie 27-20 on the phone. I may tweak it. And
I don't think Jordan Love gonna have that much time.
I got the Eagles beating the Packers. 27-17. 27-17. Okay. So I'm taking 3 points off of my original prediction, making it a 10-point victory. Eagles beat the Packers 27-17.
Justin said defense gets 5 sacks, 4 takeaways.
Ooh, I love it.
That's a hell of a day right there, bro.
I love it, man. I love it. All right, you guys, let's see here. Real quick, we're just gonna run through some of these scores. I know you got your live stream in 15 minutes, right, bro?
Yeah. I'll be live streaming the game starting at 7:30 or whenever we get down here. So
okay. Good. I just want to run through these scores from yesterday. Raiders. Well, we spoke about the Raiders losing to the Broncos. Broncos beat them 10-7. That was a terrible game. Colts beat the Falcons in overtime. Jonathan Taylor went off. 240 plus yards, 3 touchdowns. He may have a 2,000-yard season.
He might eclipse Saquon. He might catch Dickerson.
Yeah, we'll see. Bears beat the Giants 24-20. Appreciate you. I mean, the Giants are nowhere near close, and they just fired Brian Daboll today.
Brian Daboll.
The Giants were never really on my radar. They did beat us once, so that kind of made me look at it, and they beat the Chargers. So I was like, okay, maybe they are putting some things together, but they're still a bad team nonetheless. Jackson Dart was diagnosed with a concussion, couldn't finish the game. Bears won. All right. Dolphins spanked the Bills. Did not see that coming.
Bruh.
I did not see that coming. I got that all the way wrong.
What in the world?
I got that all the way wrong.
Man, what kind of wizardry was that, bro? I don't know what Miami caught. They got some heart from the wizard or something. But they put it on Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't really, and Miami, they sold some players away, so I don't. That's crazy, man. Yes. I'm be honest. If you're the Bills,
I'll be worried.
I can't look at the Bills and say they're the best team in that division anymore.
Nope, you cannot.
They had full control over that division for the past 6 or 7 years, and they have done nothing with it.
Can't do nothing with it.
Can't do nothing with it. Tom Brady had the AFC East under his thumb for over a decade and made sure he capitalized off of it for 20 damn years. Shit. All right. Where are we? Ravens at Vikings. I had the Ravens winning, and the Ravens did win.
Isn't it? And isn't it amazing how much one quarterback means to a team?
Oh, for sure.
Lamar Jackson. Do you have a? You know what? Lamar Jackson, Tanner McKee better send him a thank you card because he just raised Tanner McKee's price. Because you know Tanner McKee ain't staying here next year.
Nah, Tanner McKee's going to be
paid. Don't be surprised if Tanner McKee ends up in Cleveland.
Don't be surprised if he end up in Las Vegas.
I can see that too.
Or maybe the Jets call. Who knows?
Hey, Danny, worry about your poison pill, bro.
Poison pill shit.
That's my dude, Danny, man. He a Cowboys fan, but he a good dude.
Ravens beat the Vikings 27-19. Jets beat the Browns 27-20, man. Two bad teams fighting for who's the worst.
That was the craziest. I didn't watch the game. I went back, watched the highlights, then I went back and read the stats, and I was like this math ain't math, and something I'm missing something. How did they lose this game?
Yeah.
Justin Fields was terrible. He threw the one pass to Breece Hall, who took it 44 yards, and he only passed for like 50-something yards for the game. So he had 12 yards on five passes for 12 yards after that touchdown, and they won the game.
I had higher hopes.
They still saying Kevin Stefanski ain't gonna get fired.
I had higher hopes for Justin Fields.
I did too.
I had higher
because Justin Fields was not a running quarterback at Ohio State.
Yeah, man. Nonetheless, I had the Jets winning that game anyway.
Yeah.
Patriots at Bucks. I had the Patriots winning that game, and that's exactly what they did. Patriots won. They took care of business. Let's see here. All right. Saints at Panthers. Saints won that game. See, again, the Panthers are going to be a team that's they're not a good enough team where you can trust them week to week.
Bruh. The Panthers are a toss-up.
Literally.
The Panthers will probably be looking for another quarterback next year.
For sure. Texans, Jags at Texans. I had the Jags winning that game, and they let me down. Man. The Texans ended up winning that game.
Came back.
Got to give credit where credit's due, man. 26 unanswered points in the fourth quarter is ridiculous.
Came back. If the Eagles win, I'm looking at the Eagles and the Colts and the Seahawks as the three best teams in the league right now. Everything else is up in the air, and it's a lot of playoff spots still available.
Yeah, the Seahawks, they smoked the Cardinals 44-22, like bad.
Bad.
I mean, it helps. It helps when DeMarcus Lawrence is taking it to the crib twice on 2 fumble recoveries. I mean, they jumped on him quick.
How much do they not like Kyler Murray? For them to stick Jacoby Brissett back in there, and it's like, bro, when they won the game, he didn't play very well.
Bro, they told Kyler Murray, yeah, we're just gonna put you on IR.
Oh my God. He must be playing Call of Duty way too much. Doing something.
I can already see it now. Kyler Murray is gonna be one of those quarterbacks that, like, you know, when they get older, when they retire, he's gonna get overweight like bad.
Yeah.
I can see it. He's got that. He already short and stout.
You know who did that? Maurice Jones-Drew.
He already didn't have a neck. Now he really don't.
Yeah, he was a little bowling ball. Now he's a big bowling ball.
Yeah. All right. Rams at Niners. They smoked them 42-26. The Niners are in the middle of a quarterback controversy. It is what it is, man.
Matt Jones, he was all right. He was good until it wasn't. Because you got a big contingency of people just like
he played well though. He went 33 for 39, 319 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He wasn't awful.
No, he wasn't.
But the Rams jumped on him quick.
But you got a big contingency of people who don't want it to be Brock Purdy. Because he doesn't check the boxes.
They paid him already, so they got to figure that out.
They did. And I you know what? I want to see Brock Purdy succeed for the same reason I want to see Jalen Hurts. Because nobody wants to see what Brock Purdy is. Because he doesn't check off the boxes. In my opinion, Brock Purdy is in the same situation that Jalen Hurts was in.
Yeah, man. Lions at Commanders. Lions got their comeuppance. They smoked the Commanders badly.
That wasn't even a game.
It wasn't even a game. Granted, Jaden Daniels didn't play.
And old boy got kicked out of the game. You see that?
Deron Payne?
Yeah.
He smacked the bullshit out of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
It was like, come on, dog.
I mean, frustrated, man. I get it. They
should be talking so much.
Yeah, them boys had a day though, man. Lions had a day, man. And the Steelers lost to the Chargers 10-25, man. The Steelers are
I'm conflicted, bro.
The Steelers look old.
I'm conflicted. I love Mike Tomlin. I do not like Aaron Rodgers. Half of me is like, you get what you get. You talk all of that smack, you want to be smug like that, and you getting your ass whooped on the field. But I like Mike Tomlin, so I hate to see him going through this. And this might be his last year in Pitt.
Yeah, man. Ever since that loss to the Bengals, they haven't really been. They have because they beat the Patriots, they beat the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? They
got some good wins.
They beat the Colts. They got some signature wins, but you lost to the Seahawks. You lost to the Bengals. You lost to the Packers. You lost to the Chargers. They're just they're not a good football team.
It is hard to maintain that level of play over a long period of time.
That's why I look at the Eagles as like, yo, they're 6-2 through everything they've been through. People get a grip, okay? It's not easy. It's not easy to just maintain what the Eagles have maintained for as long as they have.
Not at all.
Jalen Hurts and those boys have won a lot of football games over the past 2 years. Like they won a lot of football games. So, we gotta put this thing in perspective, man. This thing is not as simple as it seems.
No, it's not.
Not as simple as it seems. All right, those are the games. I think that's the show, man.
That's it.
I think that's the show, man. We pretty much covered all our bases. We covered the Eagles and Packers. Got our predictions out the way. It just all remember your score prediction was 31-10. 31-10. Mine is 27-17. Your bold predictions were Jalen Hurts connects with either receiver and tight end for touchdowns.
Yep. And Saquon goes over 75.
He goes for what?
So over 75.
Over 75 rushing?
Yep.
It's pretty mild, but I guess when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, he only has one game of going off versus the rest. So
yep. I'm trying to keep
I guess it is bold to your point. My bold predictions, like I mentioned, were Jalen Hurts over 300 yards passing, 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing, and Saquon Barkley going to the crib for 50+ yards for a touchdown. My bold predictions on defense were Jalen Phillips, Morrow, Jomo, and Nolan Smith each in the game with a sack, and Zach Bond takes it to the crib on a pick 6.
I really want to see Zach Bond get one.
It's straight like that. That's the show, y'all. Smash the like button, And by the way, smash the like button. You guys are truly phenomenal at what you do.
Smash it one more time. When you get done, mosey on over Pro Fan Talk. I will be right here.
Yes.
I will shut this stream down, and I got to start another one, and that will be the live watch during the game. No, I can't show the video because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I will have the score up. I usually have the Yahoo Sports game channel up or ESPN. I like Yahoo better because ESPN is slow. But we'll be talking play-by-play during the game. So if you want to be a armchair quarterback. If you got something to say, halftime we will be live. So if you want to come on the mic, say something, I will be making a link available, and we just gonna have some fun.
Yeah, and as a reminder, y'all, Nolan Smith is back. Jalen Phillips makes his debut. Michael Carter II makes his debut. No Cam Jurgens. That means Brett Toth is starting at center. On top of that, the Green Bay Packers, they're going to be without Matthew Golden at wide receiver, Nate Hobbs at corner, offensive lineman Jacob Monk and Donovan Jennings, and defensive lineman Lucas Van Ness. They will have wide receivers Dontavion Wicks and Savion Williams, and they're also going to have their starting right tackle in Zach Tom available for the game. So this is a big matchup, you guys. Big NFC game, prime time. The world will be watching.
Yes, sir.
And the Eagles season can and likely will be defined by what happens over the next few weeks. Smash that like button.
Yes, sir.
Smash the hype button. Subscribe to Pro Fan Talk. Make sure you guys go check out the live stream, the live watch party. Make sure you guys also hit the notification bell as well on Pro Fan Talk. Subscribe to Chalk It Up Sports as well. I appreciate the love and the support. Y'all know where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell as well. And that's the show. He's Marcus Thomas. I'm Tony DeShields II. And you guys have been locked in on the Bald Eagles podcast. We out of here, y'all.
Go Birds. Let's get it. Where's my Lord have mercy, I done hit the wrong button.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tony and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite, from the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights. Dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tony and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tony and Markus always standing